Get on my head. Get on my head. Get on my head.
Hey guys, my name is Crazy. I'm not new to YouTube, but I'm new to making videos on YouTube. I might have posted a video in the past of my son. Yeah, I posted a video of him. Probably going to try to throw a clip in. It was so long ago. But I made a video, I got some views on it, and I just pushed myself to doing it. But today, as you see the title, I'm going to be talking about a situation that I kind of continue to go back to that I know personally isn't necessarily good for me. So boom, I've been in a relationship with somebody off and on for like 15 years. And this person has an impact on me. Like, they go away to jail, they come back, they come back into my life. And sometimes because of me being in a healing process, I know that that's not really cool to do, because I know that I'm changing. I know that I'm becoming a better me. Like, that person I was before, when I allowed certain things to go on, wasn't the person that I am today. With that being said, I knew this person came home and I allowed them to come back into my life. So this will be a story time about how I continue to go in and out of this person's life, and this person continues to come in and out of my life. It's going to be a series. It's going to be a whole bunch of stories. So I want you to subscribe. I want you to like. I want you to comment. And I want you to talk back to me and let me know if you guys been through the same thing. Because, like, sometimes I'll be like, what am I doing? What is this situation? Is it a trauma bond? Is it, me still being a little stuck in the past? Whatever. Is it from my childhood? You know what I mean? So this is just basically about the situation that just happened not too long ago. So I'm gonna get started. So I'm gonna give this person a name because I allowed them to know, and this is a disclaimer, I allowed this person to know that I will be doing stories and on YouTube, so that it won't be like, oh my gosh, I don't want no drama. So I allow this person to know that I'm doing story time. And excuse my background because my animals want attention. Stop, y'all. Thank you. So here's the story. This is one of the most recent stories. So I'm going to go all the way back. So it's going to be a lot. So just hold on to your daggone seat. All right. Now, about 2-3 weeks ago, I get an inbox on Instagram, and the inbox says, hey, what's up with you? Yada, yada, yada. So at first I'm like, whatever, because I haven't talked to this person in like maybe about a year. So I'm like, yeah, I'm moving forward. I'm not worried about this person or what they got going on, who they dealing with or anything, because I was healing me, period. So I'm sitting and I'm like thinking I'm okay with talking to this person. So I hit the person back and I'm like, I want to give him a name, y'all. I think I'm gonna give him a name. Okay, so we're gonna call him, let's call him Pockets, because he always talking about his money. So we're gonna call him Pockets. So Pockets hit me up. And when Pockets hit me up, it was just like, hey, you wanna go to Wawa? I'm like, that's where you want to get me, because Wawa was our spot on a late night when you was doing your thing, and we always was out late or whatever, because that's our hours. So I'm like, when Pocket comes to get me, I'm sitting there like, okay, cool, like, it's okay, Pocket could come get me. We get in the car. He seems so happy to see me. I'm falling back because I am really happy to see him and that he's doing well. He's breathing. But at the same time, I'm like still not really feeling him the way that, I used to. Because I'm just like, what he want with me? Oh, he must be arguing with his bitch or something. I don't know what's going on because, how we ended was horrible. And I'll tell you that story at a later date. So we hang out. And it was cool. We had a little conversation. We was talking about different things. We went to Wawa. You know what I'm saying? It was okay. So he drops me back off. I get in the house. He asked me if he could see me again. And I'm like, well, that went good. So I don't see why not. Why can't you see me again? Right? So what I do is I literally allow him to come get me again. And what we do, we go to Wawa because he like, you hungry? You want something to eat? And I'm like, my hours is late. Like I haven't been able to sleep lately. I've been staying up all night. So I haven't really had a big appetite. So I'm like, yeah, let's go to Wawa, get some food. So he comes to get me. We go to Wawa. He had to make a stop. So we in a car. And I got my food, and he like,
every time I'm with you, I gotta spend some kind of money.
I mean, come on, Wawa. If you guys aren't familiar with Wawa, it's like a speedway or, I don't really know. It's like a 24-hour spot where you can go get food. Like a 7-Eleven, but better, if you ask me. It's way better than 7-Eleven. So with that situation, he makes a stop. So we started talking, and I mentioned something to him about how, when we was together, I was really good to you in a way of being good, loyal, never treated nobody, no man, no woman, nothing, how I treated you. All of a sudden, he said,
what? Yes, you did. Yes, you did. You treated so-and-so like this and so-and-so like that.
So I'm like, who are you talking about? And he was like, so-and-so, which I'll give him a name because he's going to be in some story times as well. So I'm like, why are you talking about this person when we're together? And I'm telling you, I'm not lying about anything anymore. We're going to keep it a beam with each other. We're going to keep it all the way real with each other. So I'm telling you the truth about what I did and what I didn't do. So he's like, yeah, what about so-and-so? So you're talking about another person, which is another story time. So I'm like, you're talking about two different people that I dealt with. Be telling you I didn't treat them better than you in no way, shape, or form. So he's sitting there, he's trying to tell me what I did. So now I'm like, see, this is our problem right here. You're telling me how I felt towards somebody else, and I'm telling you I didn't. So he realized what he did, and he apologized for about it, and I was like burnt out. I was cooked. I was ready to go home. Mind you, I'm literally like a few blocks away from home. So he drops me off home, and, it was just crazy. I was like, you know what? I'm not linking up with this guy no more. I'm over it. So I let some days go by. I kind of responded nonchalantly. I wanted him to know that I am not playing. Like, this is where I draw the line. So he basically hit me up like, daggone, I wanted to see you. You ate today. I'm going to drop off some money and things like that. And I'm just like, what is the connection? Why am I still talking to this person that irks me, that wasn't doing me right, that honestly makes me feel bad about myself when I'm around them? What I do, I allow him to come around again. What is my problem, right? So because give me a second. So I allow him to come around again. And with that being said, I was just like, all right, we're gonna have a good time. I wasn't telling him, I was just telling myself we're gonna have a good time. Things are gonna go smooth. Everything's gonna be okay. You know, we're gonna chill for a minute. Things is gonna be fine. So he comes to pick me up. I get in the car. Everything's going pretty good. Like, you know what I'm saying? And it's just like, we just can't get along no matter what. I think because I'm growing and he may be doing his own thing and we just not on the same level anymore. He done dealt with other females. I done been in other relationships. Not just that, I really took a break and started dealing with myself, taking time for me. I stopped worrying about, oh, I gotta be with somebody. I really start elevating and loving on me. You know what I mean? So I think that's the problem. So this time, it was just like, I shut down, was looking out the window, and he's like, turning his music up, and he's not talking to me. He's not trying to show me anything. So I'm just like, well, what do you want from me? Like, what is it that you want from me? That's all I want to know. So after that time, I just felt bad because he dropped me off, and I just went in the house. I'm just like, I'm over it. Like, I'm just tired of going back and forth with him about the same things, and we're not getting nowhere. We're not in a relationship. We're not anything. So why are we still communicating at this point? Fast forward, it's been about a week or so since I talked to him. Like, saying little stuff, then he hit me up like, you ain't responding, you're not talking. I'm just like, no, I just really needed the break to clear my mind. Like, where we going with this? He said, well, I tried to take you out. You never told me what happened with your son. And I'm like, oh, yeah, I didn't. Honestly, I didn't tell too many people nothing. I'll just really be in my own world when it comes to me and my family, like a little discreet now. Like, I might post something, but I ain't giving you everything. So I was like, you're right. So he was like, you know, I did want to take you out. And I said, I seen that, but I seen it late. But I did try to respond. So, he was just like, well, you know, I want to see you. I was like, okay. He was like, stop playing with me. I was like, no, okay, you can see me. So he comes to get me early. He got me driving all over the city. Now, mind you, I'm in North Philly, right? So we're driving all the way to the northeast, which is, I want to say, like 30 minutes away. Then he proceeds to stop and do something that he needed to get done, and we go up to Franklin Mills Mall, which I think is now called Philadelphia Mills, which new people that come to Philly may know it as, but it was Franklin Mills Mall. We gets up there, so I'm thinking like, where's he going? I didn't say anything. I was just sitting in the car quiet, enjoying the ride. So all of a sudden he goes to Arby's. I don't want no daggone Arby's. Why we can't go sit down somewhere and talk? You get what I'm saying? Whoa, I'm sorry. Did I say it to his daughter? Give me a second. I didn't mean to say that yet. This is what happened before he told me it to his daughter. He goes to Arby's. When we get to Arby's, he like, yeah, you like Arby's? I'm like, no, it's too salty. I don't like it. He was like, shh.
Man, I came all the way up here. You don't even like it. I did this for you. I want us to sit there and eat and talk.
And I'm thinking at Arby's, okay, I'm not bougie. I just think highly of myself than for somebody I haven't talked to did me grimy to take me to freaking Arby's. Like, what are you doing? I don't want to eat here. You didn't even have a good suggestion in mind, which the thought is understood, but come on, Arby's. So we get to Arby's and he pulls off. I'm like, well, if you want something from Arby's, I'm fine with that. I'll just take Chick-fil-A, because at the end of the day, I'm not trying to hurt pockets. You feel me? You're not my man. You know, I don't know what you want with me. I don't know what I want with you, but I'm not here to hurt your pockets. You didn't say we're going out on a date. You said you wanted to see me. So I figured, okay, fine. And so we leave and we get back on the boulevard, which has like, you know, these speed lights because there's been a lot of accidents on there. So we coming up the boulevard. After we coming up the boulevard, he like, man, I gotta go get my daughter. This 95, which way 95? So I'm telling him, you went the whole wrong way. He said, do you know where I'm at? I said, yeah, you went the wrong way. So he proceeds to go back the way to 95. So he gets on 95, but we're talking, we having a conversation. And he like, man, I miss my exes. So I'm like, get off here. So we wound up being like in, I want to say Aramingo area, past Kensington, Frankfurt. We was like up in the Northeast. So then I'm like, calm down, because you don't know where you're going. You want me to drive? So he like,
You feel like it.
that, you know what, I'll drive. I never like to drive, but I said, I'll drive. So I proceeds to drive in, and we having a conversation, and he like, yeah, I wanted to go out, eat with you. I ain't know you ain't like Arby's. Somebody put me on. I said, well, I don't remember ever going to Arby's with you, but if we did, it was probably up to King of Prussia Mall, and if we did eat there, I probably ate there because you wanted to, but I'm telling you, it's too salty. I don't like roast beef. It's just not for me. So he's like, oh, okay, it's cool. So he like,
Like, you want to run a Jersey with me later?
why not? You know, because our day was ended short. So you're like, I get my daughter, I'm gonna drop her off, and then I'll come back for you. And I'm like, okay, fine. You know, didn't take it personal or anything. I'm just letting y'all know how I felt. So we proceed to pull up to the crib. He dropped me off. I'm in the house. I start making TikToks, you know, or whatever. So I'm in here making TikToks. I'm just enjoying my day and saying me back. So when he hit me back, he like, I'm about to be on my way. And I'm like, all right, cool. So I'm already ready to go. I ain't got nothing on. I'm just on ice with my outfit or whatever. So he was like, and I'm getting in the car and I'm moving to the other side. I'm like, where you going? He like, Jersey. I said, I don't want to drive to Jersey. He like,
What you mean you don't want to drive to Jersey? You don't want to drive to Jersey?
I was like, no, I don't want to drive to Jersey. He like,
Man, just tell me I've been driving all day. I've been busy. You know what I'm saying? I just need a second.
I'm like, pause. You asked me to hang out with you. I'm not entitled to do anything. I'm allowed to say no. So we get in a car. So he like, that's crazy. I had something to do real quick. I said, but you didn't communicate that. I could have drove until a certain extent if you had something to do, and then you could have took over. But you're trying to get me to drive, and I don't want to. I don't want to drive. So he's like, oh my God, this is crazy. I'm like, whoa, pause. Chill, you acting like I'm your girl. We didn't pick up where we left off. We left on not good terms. So I just want you to know that I've been doing my own thing for all this time, and I ain't going for that. So he like, what you saying? You want me to drop you off? I said, you can do whatever you want, but just know, with this energy, you drop me off, don't reach out. Now I'm trying to understand where I went wrong in any of this. I really am, because I don't want to be like pointing the finger like you. I want to know what I did too. I just want to understand. So basically, as we're still driving, he didn't make no left turns. He just kept making right ones. And I'm like, well, he's not dropping me off. So now we're sitting there. So now just we had a little argument. Like, again, we sitting there. And I'm looking out the window like, I'm hungry, like, I'm starving. I don't want to drive. I told him I didn't eat all day. I waited because he said he was coming back. So I'm like, what's going on? Now, mind you, we on 95 and we on the highway. So I'm sitting there and he like, you going home? I'm like, huh? My son home? The music is loud, mind you, because he's just being rude. If you ask me, he's just inconsiderate with his music. It's so loud, so I'm just sitting there like annoyed. So I'm just like, what, my son? He like, no. I said, are you going home? I said, what do you mean? He said, what do you think I mean? So I'm sitting there like, what are you talking about? Am I going home? Are you starting with me? Please don't start with me. He like, all right, I ain't saying nothing. I'm just thinking like, you know one thing I learned about this man is that he shuts down when he is not right. And I know that sometimes I may snap out, but I know that I didn't do anything wrong. Only thing I did wrong was probably go. because I know that if it's not going good in these last couple of days we've seen each other, this is not going to be any better. I'm thinking that he's going to turn it around and be a gentleman for once. But no, I don't get that treatment from him. So as the time going, the traffic is bad. Mind you, we get up. It's so quiet. His music loud. He being rude. I'm just not feeling this trip. I'm just ready to go home. Like, he told me he was going to drop me off a minute ago. Like, what's going on? We all the way up here. Like, I'm nowhere near home now. So then, I'm not upset no more. So he get mad at the drivers, and I'm like, why don't you have some patience? But I don't have patience with them. They need to learn how to drive, this, that, and the third. Like, it's just crazy. Okay, fine, I'm not saying that, no. Come to find out it's a car accident. So once we get around the car accident, traffic goes. Now, mind you, he's not communicating with me. So all of a sudden, this man gets off of 95, goes back around, and wind up on the boulevard again. So when he gets on the boulevard, we start driving up the boulevard. Mind you, we all the way up the boulevard at this point. We get up to this place called Northeast Towers. That's where, like, the Walmart and everything at. So we gets up there, and he makes his hard right. So I'm like, why is he driving like that? Like, I know he's going to Chick-fil-A. I mean, I just know he's going there because I did that one Chick-fil-A. But I'm like, why are you turning like this? So then he like, yeah, looking at the line like,
oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. This stuff. Yeah, this is stuff you like.
And I'm like, but if you just inquire some patience, it'll be fine. Because we didn't have to go here. You didn't have to eat here if you didn't want to. I'm not trying to force you to eat where you don't want to eat it. So he's like, no, this is what you wanted, right? I said, yeah, but if you don't want to stay in the line, don't stay. So he stays in the line. Again, it's quiet. So we get up to the thing. I order what I want. He get a sandwich. And I'm like, you just want a sandwich? He like, yeah, that's all I want. I'm like, okay. I'm like, that's weird. Like, why he ain't just get Arby's, right? So I'm eating my macaroni because I don't know. I know it's not the best macaroni, but I like Chick-fil-A macaroni, okay? Argue with whoever about it. I like it. We goes to start going to my house. And when we go to my house, he's like real quiet. Like, but the music is a blasting. And I'm like, this is really annoying to me. So then he basically pulls up to the house. He goes to drop me off. And he pulls up weird. And the way he pulled up is like I did something to him. Like, his energy was so bad, and I've been happy and doing things better for myself because I got other stuff going on that I will tell you about later because this is my first story time. So then I'm sitting there, and I'm just like, I'm just getting out the car, and I'm closing the door. So he hits me up, right? And when he hits me up, he like, Dorn, I just was trying to make you happy. Just playing victim like I'm in the wrong. I'm in the wrong. No, this was you. You did this. You was in the wrong, not me. So then I had him back like, listen, you tried. I appreciate it. Thank you for the food, but I'm not doing this no more. I don't want to expose too much. I don't want to be mean or say anything or make people feel bad about themselves. But what I am here to say is that, the night didn't end there. It didn't. No. I told him I'm going to bed. I'm burnt out. Good night. So I was done with it for the night, right? Wrong. He said, look, I'm sorry. I want to make it up to you. Let's go get some drinks. This is where it gets crazy. So I'm like, give me 10 minutes. So I'm like, we're going to get drinks. Let me fix my wig and shit. So I'm fixing my wig. I'm putting a little bit of concealer on. Line my lips up, I want to look cute. So I goes, does all that, right? Does all that. I'm sorry. So then He comes to get me. Mind you, I didn't change my clothes or anything. So I'm like, where we going? He like, I don't know. I'm like, you don't know. So I'm like, how you come up with, okay, I got to think. All right, I'm like, oh, we ain't going to no hood bars. So he like, yeah, clearly. And I'm like, clearly. So then after that, we winded up driving, and he just seemed so tired. And I'm like, you want me to drive? He like, you want to drive? I said, I'll drive downtown. It's like 15 minutes. But I'm not driving to Jersey. That's just what I'm not doing. Like, it's a difference. Be considerate here. So then after that or whatever, my hair is sticking up and it's like annoying me. Okay, that's better. So then after that or whatever, he's like, okay, so where we going? I was like, we could go down Old City or whatever. Now, Old City has some bars of, I want to say, Old City is where other people hang out. But, you know, it's not too awkward for black people to come in, but it's just like, they a vibe, like, period. I like going down there. But it just wasn't given. So I was like, you know what? We ain't really dressed. We ain't going nowhere fancy. We could go around to Blue Martini. Blue Martini is a chill spot. I never went to Blue Martini extra dressed. Like, I went in there chilling, cute, whatever. So we go in there, like, it's a $20 cover charge. So I'm like, damn, it didn't used to be a cover charge. But I'm thinking, okay, it's Friday night, whatever. You know, maybe it was a cover charge. Maybe I just don't remember. I ain't been there so long. So we gets there, and we gets in there, and I'm looking around like, it's so different in here. So it's it's not packed. I'm not going fraud. It was not packed. That's how low key it is. But the music is a vibe. Like, it's more chill. It's not a whole bunch of people in there. People coming there to vibe out, smoke they hookah, get they drink, eat. That's the vibe I was going for with him. Like, that's just chill. Like, I wasn't really hungry. I'm sitting there and I'm like trying to talk to him, and all of a sudden he shuts down. Shuts down. So I'm like, what's wrong? Come on. He like, yo, get your drink, yo. Get your drink. So I'm like, Pockets, why are you acting like that? Like, what's up with you? So he like, nothing. I'm waiting for you to get your drink. I'm like, what do you want? I don't know yet. I don't know yet. So I'm looking at him like, I'm drinking Henny. I'm getting a Henny punch, and I'm going to call it a day. But he like, we came here for a Henny punch. I said, well, hold on. I'll look at the menu. I can see if I can get something else. I guess he was saying that because you could get a Henny punch anywhere. That's what I took from that. So I'm looking at him like, no, I came here because we wasn't going to the hood to no bar. That's why. I didn't want to go to the hood. Like, it's not safe like that to go to the hood. And we was on ice, and I don't really know where to go. So he like, oh, well, basically, all right, you know what you drinking yet? So he stands on the wall. And mind you, the way this place is designed, it's not that big. So when he stands on the wall, I'm sitting there like, okay, I'm about to just order my drink. So I order a drink. The lady nice. She give me extra cherries. And I'm like, what you getting? He like, a Long Island. I looked at him like, all this for a Long Island. Then when I was trying to talk to him, he walked off, and I walked off with him. Now, mind you, I was looking around to see if it was anywhere we could sit so I can get a hookah. I'm like, he paid $20 a person. Let's get our money's worth. Let me get a hookah. And I even volunteered to pay for my own hookah. He like, what, you want to stand up and smoke the hookah? Pockets was drawn. He has social anxiety. He don't really probably like crowds. He felt uncomfortable, whatever the case was. Now, mind you, we go to the other side of the bar because it's a wall. Then it's seats. Then it's another bar on the other side. So we go to the other side. So he walks away from me, goes to put his drink on a bar, and start watching the game or whatever that was on. So I'm sitting there like, he left me over here by myself. So then he like, yeah, you
will go mingle if you want.
I said, go mingle? No, I'm here with you. Why would I go mingle? I don't know these people. He like, yeah, well, this seemed like, you know, you've been here before and you know people. I said, I ain't been here like in a year and a half. I came with my birthday with one of my girlfriends that came from Chicago. That's the last time I was there. What are you talking about? So I'll tell you, my cat does whatever he wants to do. So that's what you hear. or you hear my dogs. One of them, but it's my cat right now because got my dogs quiet. So I'm sitting there and I'm just like, shh. So I'm sitting there and I'm just like, what's up? Like, what's going on? Like, where is your energy coming from or whatever? So he's like, yeah, you got me out here looking up fine. I got dickies on. I got on boots. I got on this hoodie. Like, you got me out here looking crazy. These niggas in here dressed. They dress. They don't look like this. They dress. They look like something. I'm out here looking crazy. So I'm like, what do you mean? I'm not dressed either. You look fine. Wait, you fine. You cute. You got a big butt. This, that, and the third. You'll be all right. You could come out and wear anything. I said, that's not necessarily true. I didn't get dressed. You're not dressed. We both just out here. He like, what? You good? You good? And I'm just like, but you not. But I'm fine. We look fine. You look fine to me. Then you got me out here. I know people. Then you disrespectful. And I'm like, whoa. I'm like, you ready to go? He like, you don't want another drink? I said, no, I'm ready to go. He like, all right, sip this drink one last time, set it on the counter, and proceeded to walk out the door. I mean, he crossing the street without me. I'm like, what is going on? I say, you know what? Tipsy. I ain't had a drink in a minute, so I was a little tipsy, but it wasn't nothing. This is where it gets crazy, yo. So then I'm sitting there and I'm like, what happened? He like,
You was effing disrespectful, looking in that face. You was looking at his face. I seen you. Even the girls was like, wow.
I'm like, what girls? I said, I didn't see nobody. I was looking for a seat. It's different. He said, what? You was looking for a seat? I said, yeah, because normally you could sit at the booths. And they said that they was for bottle service. He said, bottle service wasn't about nothing. We could have sat there. That's not what you was doing. I said, no, I'm not saying it's about nothing, but I didn't want to drink bottle service. And I didn't want bottle service. I wanted to just chill. I wanted a drink. And we could have left. What? You wanted a drink. You wanted a drink. That's it. But you in there staring at everybody. Don't ever take me nowhere you've been before. This could be where your players at. And I'm just looking at him like, yo, stop being insecure, bro. Pockets was being very insecure, very angry, took his attitude out on me, just acting the way he used to. And I said, yeah, this isn't happening. This is not happening. So I'm so upset, right? So I'm so upset. So we arguing about this. It's getting bad. It's getting bad. We going in. I mean, I'm telling him all the stuff that I didn't like that he did and how I changed and how he's taking me out of my element and how I wasn't like this for a long time. And he telling me how I'm crazy and I don't get it. And, you know, you really disrespectful and I seen what you did. I ain't stupid. And I'm just like, I looked in his face. So he like, yeah, that's what you did. I said, you know what? Fine. So he proceeds to take me home. Now, mind you, I have like breakdowns and episodes. So I try my best not to black out. So I'm so mad. I'm like, just let me out the effing car. Let me out. I'll get an Uber. I go to open the door and he lets me out and he leaves me out there. It's 2 in the morning. I tried to talk to him. I tried to be understanding, but I lost my handle. I lost it. And everybody, like, people just, yo, shorty, can I get you? No, leave me alone. I'm angry. So then I'm sitting there and I'm just like, oh my gosh, like, what in the world did I just do? I just hopped out the car. So immediately I start walking because my phone is broke, right? And I don't have Uber on this phone. Yeah, how was I getting home? So he blocked me on Instagram. And I'm like, I need to get in touch with him. So what I did was I found the number and I hit him up on the other phone that I had and I blocked my number so he couldn't see any. I didn't want him to remember it and block it. Sorry. I don't know what's going on with my nose today. So then I called and he like, hello? And I'm like, you really going to let me leave at this time in the morning? Are you crazy? I said, this is not what I want. This is too much. You knew I was upset and you really allowed me to get out the car at 2 in the morning. He like, where you at? Where you at? I'm gonna come get you right now. I'm gonna come get you right now. So I'm like, I'm on this block. And he's like, what? Where? I'm on my way right now. Stay right there. It's 2 in the morning. I'm not staying nowhere. I'm gonna keep walking. So he like, you not there? What, you just got out of the car? Because I can't find you. And I'm like, I see your car. So when he finally pulled up, let me in the car. He like, well, you gotta ride with me real quick. And I'm just like, cool. So he like, yeah, you must have been in a car with somebody. You don't trust me. That's just it. You going to judge me for things that I've done. And that's just it. Like, we're not compatible, period. I'm going to continue to feel that way or say that forever. Well, anyway, he wound up dropping me off, and that's how that story ended. But if you enjoyed the story, please like, subscribe. Listen, when I tell you what's going to get juicy, this was just something that I needed to get off my chest, because I'm not okay with the way things ended. But what can you do? You just got to live life, and you got to learn from it, and you got to stop backtracking, period. But look, like, comment, subscribe, and tell me what you want me to talk about. Tell me what you want to hear about. I've been through a lot. I've been through almost everything. Oh, I got some stories for you. But anywho, I'm going to have this page hooked up. I ain't stopping. All 2023, I'm bringing back all bangers for this year. All bangers. Peace.